Greetings, everyone. This is Payman Lorenzo, your host, your friend, Nicole. Today, we have a very special location here, and I don't even know what is city called. Q Fin, something
Oh
like.
man, gotta
It's
check
about
this.
2 hours south of Hanoi, southeast of Hanoi, for a dear friend, Yavor Eki Kurvaki. His wedding. The wedding was over the last weekend. Today is Monday, the 24th of November. It's 10 a.m. We're a beautiful coffee shop here. I don't even know what the coffee shop is called, but it doesn't matter. It's a beautiful place. My new dear friend, Peter from Bulgaria, is one of the best men for the wedding. He flew all the way from Varna, Bulgaria,
Yes.
and we get to know each other over the last few days. So, Peter, welcome to the show, my friend.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me. It's a
Pleasure's all
pleasure. It's
mine.
a pleasure to meet you. Actually, you're a great guy.
Thank
We
you.
had a great time, and I think, yeah, we'll be friends for a long
Oh,
time.
absolutely. We have a
We'll
lot in
connect on
common.
so many things.
You told me a little bit about your story, and I said, say no more. Let's do a podcast. We came here on a couple of days ago. We love the place, and this morning, hopefully, we're still gonna get the place quiet. They kindly turn off the music. We're enjoying a beautiful coconut coffee, Vietnamese
Yes.
style.
The filming is there.
Oh yeah, and it's beautiful. So before we start, Peter, tell us. We're gonna talk about your business and all that later. But for people who don't know you, who's Peter as a man and as a human being?
I am a guy who has no family yet, looking to have one. I follow Jesus Christ as my identity. My faith in God is pretty much what defines me in everything. And I have my ambitions and to be rich and to have successful coaching practice, which seems to be on going on. I have a lot of ambitions. That's who I am. I'm relentless. I tend to lead in life. I don't wait for anybody, and I want the better for not just myself, but for everybody else around me.
Sure.
And that's me, man.
Love that. We're gonna unpack that all that in a moment. But first, I'd like to start with a series of rapid fire questions to further get to know you as a person. Ready?
Oh, well, can't be more ready than that.
All
So,
right. Tell us what makes you happy.
ah, peace, uh, righteousness. What makes me happy is when I feel like God loves what I do. Uh,
Love that.
Success also makes me happy. I
Absolutely.
am a bit addicted to winning. Have to be
How
winning
do
all
you
the time.
define what is success for you?
Achieving small success in success means many things to me in different scenarios, right? In different contexts. But the one I'm talking about is like you set your small goals or maybe big goals and you work on something. I just want to see it succeed, and
Beautiful.
that makes me happy. And tomorrow it's a new day, and then I have a new one.
Absolutely.
It just keeps coming.
Now, what makes you smile?
Kindness,
Kindness.
kindness.
Love that.
Yes, kindness. Good, the good in people. That's yes,
Good,
yes.
good, good.
People winning. I love watching people winning. For
You
yeah,
know, they say it's a beautiful energy when you see other people winning and you don't feel jealous, envious, but instead you really sincerely feel good for them. And guess what? When you feel that way, success is going to come back to you.
it does, man. It does. It takes time for a man to understand this thing,
Yes,
but it's the way it works.
absolutely. But the pie is too big for all of us.
It is huge.
Yeah. Let's take the happiness factor a couple of notches higher. So tell us, Peter, what makes your heart sing? What makes your soul, what sets your soul on fire in a good way?
I don't know if it's a good way or not. I'm a bit obsessed with what I am and what I do in life and my goals and my dreams, and I'm set on fire because of my path. I think it's deeply rooted. I have to be on fire, as you say. I have to be really giving my best every single day, 100% of the time, and anything less than the best of me is a bit of a disappointment for myself. So
Hmm.
it's, I don't need external factors. I don't need anything. It's like deeply rooted in
Yeah.
me, just maybe because of the way my life went and how things happened. Yeah, I guess we're going to unpack some of that.
Sure, absolutely. You mentioned obsessed, and I saw something else. This is your brand,
Yeah.
limitless, and you mentioned another word, relentless.
Yes.
I love that. What is I'm going to cover that in detail in a moment, but I can't help it now. Where is that fuel coming from for you? Without going too much in detail, we're going to go in detail later. Where is that fire, the genesis of this fire for you to be obsessive, relentless, and just being limitless?
There are two things,
Mm,
two key components to
yeah.
this, which were both life changing to me.
Mm,
The one was I grew up poor. I wanted to make money. I did not want to work 50 years in the same job like my parents do and just struggle all my life. I wanted my kids to have something better. And then when my life went sideways, that made it even more extreme because the hardship that I went through, I wanted to end my life multiple times. And then thinking, if I let my kids go through the same shit because I didn't do what I have to do, I don't see why should they be even alive. Like there was no reason to be living. So that's number one. I wanted to make a change, and I still feel responsible to make the change. And then God comes to my life and He saves me and He blesses me beyond my understanding, and I I now suddenly have all His help, all the blessings, and I didn't even earn it. I didn't deserve it, and he opened the door for me and he said, "Go get what you want, whatever you want." And it's very powerful. And I'm like, I was going to be super successful just because of my mindset before that. But when God comes, it seems like I have no other choice but be achieve anything I want. I don't think there is a limit to me. Honestly,
yeah.
I feel like this is there. And all the success that I can imagine is
Yeah.
there. I'm going to get it no matter what. And waking up with this thought, how can you not be on fire? Like,
Yeah.
even on my hard times, I still am on fire. I will go out for a run the other day around
Yes.
20 kilometers,
Yes.
just like that.
To the next village. You told me. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's I like the extreme, man. And
Yeah.
looking around people,
Yes.
everybody is taking it so easy. I'm not fitting in. I'm not fitting in.
Yeah. I heard that it's never been easier to succeed because majority of people are lazy and the bar is so low nowadays.
Trust me. So true.
Yeah,
So true.
I've seen that too. And sometimes I even find myself guilty of being complacent, you know? We all do that, especially me sometimes. I can be the laziest person in the world, but I need from time to time a good kick in the butt. We all need that.
All successful people have this trait, right? There was this saying, lazy people
Mm,
always complain that they're doing too much,
mm.
and unsuccessful people, same. But winning, successful people, they do more than everybody else, and they always feel like they're not doing enough. That's very common.
Isn't it true that Elon Musk sleeps only, what, 2, 3 hours a night? And
I don't
even
know
that
them,
with
right?
only one
But
eye. Yeah, that's what I read. Of course, I don't know him, but
guy's mental, that's for sure.
he's not human.
He's pushing the edge.
Yes, exactly. We're going to talk about all of that beautiful things you mentioned, but also now, on the other side of the spectrum, what makes you sad and angry?
Sad.
And angry.
Uh, Sadness and angry, the two different emotions. Anger is very extreme. Angry, I can be. Rarely I'm angry. I'm very hard to get angry. But if I see somebody hurting somebody or it could be even friend doing something wrong, sometimes can piss me off.
Sure.
Sometimes people will do stupid things and I just can't hold it, but just get really pissed. And I tell them straight in the face, it's not right. Just don't do it. So I get angry at wrongdoings
Yes,
that
yes,
hurt
yes.
other people. And I'm like, yeah, especially when these people are very close. For example, somebody hurting the family or something in some stupid way.
Absolutely.
That pisses me off because God's blessed them with the life and these gifts, and they just kick them around like it's nothing.
Absolutely.
That pisses me off. But the sadness happens too often. Actually, I go through my periods. It doesn't last because I know how to overcome it, but usually heart related problems, relationships.
Sure.
Yeah,
You
stuff like
mentioned
that.
that you don't get angry. Is that something that you've always been blessed with? Is something that you had to work through and then learn not to get affected? Because a lot of people, I used to be extremely impatient, would get angry for no reason. For example, at a restaurant or whatever, I order something, you don't give me what I want in 2 minutes. I say, yo, what's going on? I send you a message or I call you. You don't reply within 10 minutes. Say, what's going on? That was me before. But I learned to really breathe, put myself, hey, people are busy. What was the process for you? Was it something you're always blessed with, not to get angry? Or you had to learn that the hard way for you to just let go and surrender and just be more understanding and compassionate?
Yeah. I guess I wasn't too extremely getting angry so easily like yourself, but also I went through my learning curve, and you learn to be empathetic with life, and I think God's helped me change a lot in that. Understanding people is something you develop when you go through life, when you go through your own challenges and struggles, and that humbles you.
Sure.
It shows you're not perfect, and you see your imperfections often enough, and you realize the other people are just going through the same thing. So you tend to not get angry at them, try to understand them, and I think that's also men's trait.
Yeah,
We learn to control ourselves.
absolutely.
You live with a
Especially as men.
bucket of testosterone.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, at some point you gotta learn to control that shit.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Completely agree with you. Now, what is one thing that you used to value that you don't value anymore?
Ah, ah. I can say what things that I used to value, and now I
You
value
value
so
less.
much less.
Yeah.
Money is one of these things.
Mm.
That's for sure. Money is one of these things. Um, Anything related to the ego,
Oh, yeah.
like yeah, looking amazing or
External
being
validation.
extravagant things, like going
Mm.
to nice locations, living a nice posh lifestyle.
Mm.
I value this only to the extent to which I can overcome some of the discomforts of
Mm.
not having it. Like
Being
it's
comfortable.
gonna suck if
Mm.
I can't pay my bills, right? So
Sure.
that's not gonna be nice. So I value money to the extent that I need it.
Sure.
I
Of
value
course.
luxury to the extent that I need it to feel
Yeah, yeah,
alright.
yeah.
Beyond that, a meaningless. Somebody comes to me and has 10 times more money than me, 100 times more money than me, doesn't really impress me if he's not a kind and
Good for
good
them.
person.
Yeah, exactly.
But if he's a kind and good person, that will impress the hell out of me, and that's when I will connect with this person.
Absolutely. You mentioned money. You mentioned that you grew up in a poor environment. What was the process for you not to value money as much as it used to be? Because especially if you come from a background where money was always a challenge. And then what was the process for you to not put money, so to speak, on a pedestal, to
Yeah.
not make that the central point focus of your life?
I think that's one of the things that's purely God did with me. So
Mm.
when you accept God, this thing that's His Spirit, you receive His Spirit, and that Spirit is guiding you, changing your
Mm.
moral compass. It's making you see things the way they are, and
Yeah.
that internally changed me so fast. I started valuing the good and kind people who love Him and who serve Him
Yeah.
and who don't value money. And I saw so much goodness in people without money that I didn't even
Yeah.
have in me. So just money kind of faded.
Yeah.
The goodness is in people. When life is done with people, everything is done with people. We're not living life with money. We're not living with luxury. We're living with people. People is everything.
For me, my life and business changed the moment that I made the switch from money, money, money to service, impact, helping, inspiring. When I made the switch, when I talk to a client or prospect, the first thing I ask them is, how can I help you win? How can I serve you? How can I help you shine bright and kind of shining? When I do it from a sincere perspective, I swear to you, Peter, I don't even have to worry about money. Money magically comes into my life as opposed to always chasing, chasing, chasing.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
From day one, when I started my coaching practice, I guess I learned that from other gurus and stuff.
Sure.
Like you have to serve and you have to serve well, and I applied it and it worked. Like, and then I changed as a person. From chasing the money, I started applying these simple rules. Start serving. Be better at what you do.
Yeah.
And initially, I did it because I just wanted to be successful. But then that changed me because I saw the impact and that paid back. And now these people are my friends. They're my mentors. Some of them I changed their life so much. Some of them I saved their freaking life.
Yeah.
And I have, I don't keep birthday cards. So if you're giving me a birthday card or anyone else, just know I don't keep them. It's a pile of things that people wrote that
Yeah.
are almost meaningless. They wrote them that when they had to write them. But I received one for my birthday from my clients,
Wow.
and they all signed up and put a note in them. And one of them said, "You saved my life." And I'm
Wow.
like, "Fuck! I'm not throwing that shit away. That means something."
No, I would, if I were you, I mean, I'm sure you must have done that. Reach out to that client,
Oh, no.
interview them, and do a video testimonial.
Yes, we actually do. Or we have one, I think, with him. Yeah.
And if you have a podcast, interview them as a
Yes,
way to
yes, yes.
showcase that.
100%.
Beautiful. Love that. Now, what is one thing that you did not value before that now you're valuing more and more?
Huh? Time with my parents,
Oh,
with
yes.
my family.
Hmm.
That's the one thing.
If
Time
you
with the people like
if you're
close to me.
blessed to still have your parents with them, make the most time with them. Yes, I miss them so much.
Every next day, you will realize
Yes,
this more and more.
yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Love that. Love that. Now let's move on. You love traveling, don't you?
Uh huh.
We can do an entire, not just podcast, but start a podcast just about our
Pretty much.
experiences.
Yeah.
But I'd like to take you down a different type of traveling, down memory lane. Go back to when you were growing up. You know, when we're kids, people around us, family, friends, neighbors, teachers, friends, always ask us, Peter, what do you want to become when you grow up? What was your answer to that question as a young boy?
You hit on a question which is weirdly somehow very connected to my whole life. A lot of people ask me these questions, and there was like all these weird answers, but everybody wanted to put me in a box.
Yes.
Everybody had their box and they wanted to apply that box to me. And this never felt 100% okay with me as a kid, although I didn't understand any of that shit. And there was that one guy, he was somebody from the family, but I'm not sure who he was. That in the company of the other people who were trying to put me in the box, which were my parents and everybody else, they love me, but they have their, their frames and they try to apply them to me. And that guy comes in and started telling me that I can be a president if I want. There's nothing that can stop me. And they look at him strangely, but they smile. They kind of, you know how people are. Yeah, that sounds nice, but it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
But actually, that touched me because somebody believed in me.
Oh. How old were you back then?
So old that I don't remember. Right? It's like that. Short guy, small guy, but it touched me, and then I grew up keeping that memory. I was holding on to that memory
That's
for a long
powerful.
time.
Yeah.
And until today, it's crazy.
Beautiful. Now, when you were growing up as a kid in school, what was your relationship with school? Did you love or hate school?
I hated it because I was very bullied.
Oh, really?
I was one of the most bullied kids in the whole school.
Why?
Because I looked funny, I was weak, I had maybe funny character, I couldn't protect myself.
Ah.
So I was bullied a lot. I used to hate school. Yeah, a long time. That was a torture. A long years.
What did that teach you when you were getting bullied as a young boy?
Nothing. It just made me, um, first of all, survive. Maybe it taught me survival and
Yes.
rejection. I don't care being rejected. I don't care surviving. Other people are scared shitless. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what led me to make some crazy decisions later in life. So it taught me that, and also made me want to change things so badly that it's just beyond understanding. If you've never done it, if you've never been through this, you know. I was the type of guy who was, I will get rich or die trying. And I absolutely am committed. I was committed and I still am in a way, but now God is in my life and I don't need to be in such a way, that I think that's a little bit negative. It, most important thing is to be with God now. But yeah.
You mentioned being bullied, and you also mentioned not wanting to be boxed. Do you think there's a link between those two in a way that you not being able to physically protect you, you have to think outside the box, find other ways, maybe develop your brain in a way to look for other solution in a way that maybe others were not expecting or aware of, and that's helping you in other areas of your life. And now, do you see a connection between those two?
Well, when you ask the question,
Yeah.
I think it's a great question
Yeah.
because there is that, people who live in, for example, nice families, they never face the streets, they never face drugs and that,
Or hunger or
or
money.
hunger. And they tend to stay away from these kind of people and these kind of things like drugs and criminals. Like there's something that they're not, right? And I had the opportunity to look for saving, for making my life better, or for comfort, or for belonging. To look for this in these more dangerous and toxic environments, which tend to hurt a lot of people. But I saw the beauty in them too. So I learned to love the streets. I learned to be street smart. I learned to communicate with people, and I think that is actually very powerful. Everywhere is the streets.
Absolutely.
They can be whoever comes in your room here, whoever you meet. This is the streets, and a lot of people grow up in their box. They then unable to deal
And
with
the
that.
safety box and the bubble. Yes.
I left my country with 10 euros in my pocket, knowing I will survive because I just feel comfortable on the streets. What can stop me? Bear Grylls survives in the wild. I can't survive in the city.
I've been there too. Yes, yes.
And I think that's something. Yeah.
We're gonna come to that. There's so many. I have a feeling that me and you are gonna do it in one episode. There's so many things we need to unpack. They would deserve their own episode. But before that, a couple of more questions about your background growing up. Imagine we're in the same class in grade 10 or 11 in school. What kind of guy or boy, teenager were you? Were you the shy one, the introvert, the nerd, the superstar, the joker, the life of the class?
No, I say it's like the bullet guy is not the joker, it's not a superstar. None of that.
In your corner.
Very shy, and I was very poor at everything. My grades were poor as fuck. Yeah, I had to cheat on everything.
That would be a story by itself, you know?
It's crazy. I made a business of it when I was in university for 1 year.
What was the business?
We were selling microphones and this micro spy things, so people can cheat on their
Guys, this was a long time ago. It's not doing it anymore, so we're good.
Yes.
We've all done some crazy stuff when we were teenagers, including myself. So when you were in school, whether in high school, college, were you popular with the ladies?
No, none of that either. My best friend kissed the girl, the first love in my life, because I was too afraid to kiss her myself.
Oh,
And
crap.
he did it in front of me.
What did that teach you?
Never again. Never again.
You like something, you go for it, right?
I think that's the lesson, man. That's the lesson, yes.
Yeah, wow. Now, you mentioned God a few times. Did you grow up in a family that was religious?
No. No. I remember asking my mom and dad, what is that about God? Who is it? And they said, we used to believe, but we used to follow, and then we dropped off. And they said we think it's up to everybody to find out. And unfortunately, they lost it. But I feel like they're coming back to understanding there is something there, and maybe one day they will fully see and believe, which will be great for all of us.
We're all on our own journey. One thing I learned myself is the last thing we need to do is to force others, let them get there themselves.
Yeah.
So what got you close to God? Was it a specific event or was it something progressive?
Well, the way God works is He's with us even if we don't know Him. And He's been planting seeds in my life, and I was ignoring a lot of them.
Like what?
And
give us one example.
We're going to make this podcast very long.
It's okay. There's no rush.
So
I like to go deep.
Once when I was just moved into the garage where I live, without electricity or water. It's like an old Hanoi lockup. garage outdoors with a metal shutter, spider nets inside, rats, dirty, no flooring whatsoever. It's like crazy place, and I moved to live in there because it was only 78 pounds. But
That
it
was
was
in England?
in England, in
Okay.
Hampstead, and had to sleep somewhere. So I spent all day um, working, and then in the evening I had to drag one big wardrobe. It's a huge wardrobe that was assembled pieces, and I had to drag it to my garage so I can build a bed of it. And it took me a few hours. It's like midnight. I'm already finishing that work. That it was like a mile away, and I had to do like 3, 4, 5 courses to carry these wood stuff. I was knackered. And the first night was that, or second night, and I was so exhausted. And I was walking to the shop having only £1 in my pocket. And that pound, I had to buy either lighter to light up the candles and have some light inside the garage and be able to get out in the morning, step out from the water because it was getting flooded. And that's why I needed a wardrobe. I'm telling you a long story. The other option to do with this £1 was to buy food because I was extremely hungry,
Mm.
starving, and I had to choose between buying donuts for 60p or buying a lighter. And I chose to buy the lighter, walking to the shop, again 2 miles away, and I started crying a little bit. I started first time I broke emotionally after all the things that I did. That's
How old were you back then?
20, probably 4, something like that. And I'm feeling broken and walking to the shop, and I prayed to the sky and I said, I don't believe, I don't know if there's anything there. But I looked at the sky and I said, if there's anything there, if there's somebody, it's now the time to help me. And I said that sincerely. It was less than 10 seconds later. I looked to the streets, on the street, dark street, wide, big English road. I look on the road, to the side in the middle of the road, far from me, another £1 shining. And
Wow.
that's a seed, man. That's a seed.
Indeed.
But I did not believe. But I said, thank you. 2 weeks later, I'm in a desperate situation again. All night searching for something on the streets. Like literally to find rubbish, something to sell, to find some cash. I needed like 40 quid, something to
40
send
pounds, yeah.
because I had a girlfriend with a kid back home. They couldn't pay the bills for the electricity. So things were serious, man. It was all
You
on
had a
me.
child at the time?
It was her child, but yes, I was a
Ah, okay.
stepdad.
Okay.
And I had to send this money, and again, desperate situation. Oh man, and I was walking at midnight again. I stopped. There's nothing. I walked the whole freaking Hampstead. I checked everything. There was nothing, man. Nothing. 2, 3 times checked. I sat on a window of a shop in the city center. Sat there and I look at the sky and I'm thinking, I'll do that shit again. And I look at the sky and I prayed again. I said, you helped me then. I know it's too much, but I guess if you help, you can do it again. So please, I need it. Less than 10 seconds later, maybe 5, I looked left to me. Next to me, there was a golden earring.
Oh, wow.
A golden earring. And I knew it's gold because I worked in a pawn shop.
Wow.
It's a golden fucking earring.
Just one earring?
Yeah, but enough to sell it and make money.
Sure, yeah.
So I took that earring and I put some wood inside because there was a little hole to make it a little heavier. I went to the pawn shop to sell it. They bought it. They didn't even sell the wood piece. And the lady gave me £20 more than what she should have. She made a
How
mistake.
much did you sell it for?
I think 60 or £80. And I sorted out all the problems. So this
Wow.
is another seed. And the God's been planting seeds, man. And then one day, years after that, years later, after I lost a business opportunity, a business with Yabor. You know Yabor. We did a business
Our good
together
friends
2
getting
years.
married, yeah.
With the business fell apart. I lost the relationship 2 years before that. So many failures in life. And then I moved to a new location in Leighton in London. And there was this barber shop that I saw around the corner, a very good vibe for the barber shop. And I said, that's going to be my barber there. It was a black guy. And I go in there to have a haircut, and he started chatting with me, he started asking these kind of questions. What do you believe in? And I was telling him, sharing my viewpoint on the world about some energy stuff and how we are and so on. And I told him I think we're made of a soul and the body, and that's when he stopped me and he started sharing some very interesting stories. How we're not just a soul and a body, we are also having a third element, which is a spirit, which has been taken from us, and we can have it back. And I was getting hooked in, and you know what? I was getting hooked in because 28 years, and Yavor probably told you that too. There was nobody who ever worked remotely close to how hard I work. I was working my ass off. There was nobody working harder than me. And I failed in everything. In fact, my life was going downhill. So the answer was not that. I
Yeah.
was really trying every single option. And this guy is telling me, you're missing a whole piece of the puzzle. And I'm like, listening now. I'm listening. And he told me, go and pray uh, tonight quietly to the sky and pray God to forgive you and to show you who He is in the name of Jesus. And I was like, okay, man, I'll do it.
Beautiful.
And I did it. And next day in the evening, I had an encounter with God. I didn't even know what it is.
Wow.
15 minutes of thing. He forgave me things that I felt guilty about. He entered my life. And ever since, my life's never been the same. I never felt the same.
Beautiful.
I have supernatural peace in me
Wow. I love that.
and comfort, and he never left me. And that's where it started. He
Beautiful.
just turned the switch on,
Wow.
and my whole life changed. Everything,
Amazing.
everything that I try now is turning to success. My heart's in peace, love everywhere, people around me, and everything that's bad is kept away. He protects me from things that can hurt me. It's and gave me purpose,
Yeah.
and the business is growing, and now I'm saving
Amen.
lives and
Yeah.
helping people. It's like
Yeah.
crazy.
That's beautiful. You know, when you're at your lowest, literally searching the street for a pound, when the temptation was very high for you, what kept you from going to the wrong direction into crime and doing illegal things? Because it could have been,
Nothing. I
could
just
have
had
very
no
easy.
options.
It would have been very easy for you to go in the wrong direction, especially when you're at your lowest, when you have no money. This is how those guys, those people, prey on the people that
But
are that vulnerable.
I
What
just
kept you from not going in the wrong direction?
I came from that wrong direction. So
Ah,
yeah, in when I was in Bulgaria from the streets there, I learned this is nothing special. I just already knew that I can't get anything from there. That's all.
I
That's
see.
all. And I just had to keep going. And the reason I kept going is because I took responsibility over the child that nobody would
Yeah.
help. No parents, no ex father, husband. There was absolutely nobody. So
Mm.
if I give up, I was going to hurt an innocent kid that's 2 years old because I gave a promise that I can't keep and I can't do my job. So that was not me. And that's what kept me going through the whole shit.
That was your fire. That was your why.
That
That
was
kid.
my why. It
And
wasn't
your
the
promise.
girl.
Yeah, yeah.
I hated her.
Sure, sure, sure.
If I tell you how she broke up with me, you will be like shocked.
That's for a different episode. There's so many
Yeah.
things. Wow. How long did you provide not just financially, but also especially the role of a father figure for that child?
3.5, 4 years, in which most of it I was away, unable to see them, working 2 jobs, riding a bike.
How old is the child now?
She was 2 when I was about 24. Now I'm 34, so I suppose about 12 years old.
Are you still in touch with at least the boy?
No, I was a girl, but no.
No.
Cut off all connection.
Wow.
I did not want to hear anything from that woman. She messaged me 6 months later. I'm sorry for what I did to you. And I told her one message: never ever contact me ever again. I want to forget about every single memory that I had
Wow.
with you.
Wow.
I'm grateful to God He put me through this.
Yes, there's always a lesson.
Not grateful to her though.
Yes. Sure. Wow. Wow, what a story. What a story. You mentioned that you left for England. What made you leave your hometown, what you're familiar, the places for someplace completely unknown? And you said you left with only 10 euros in your pocket.
Just the desperation. I used to work so many jobs. I used to work like the guy who searches for people to enter the strip club in the evening with the flyers, right? So
Oh,
all
okay.
night for 15 level. That's like 750 euros a night, and 250 if you get a client. There's nobody clients.
250, you mean 250 or 2 euro?
No, 2.5 euros
per client that you get in the club.
Yeah,
Wow.
and there was nobody. It was like streets empty.
Yeah, and that was in
So-
London or in
No, in Varna.
in Varna.
That's kind of struggles that I was going through. So I used to make like
And Varna is a small beach town in Bulgaria, right?
it's a city that's not too small, but it was bad then. It was
Yeah,
very
yeah,
bad. Now it's much better. And to put it in numbers, I used to like make maybe like 500 leva, 600 leva, and the bill for the electricity was 350 leva, and then the rent was 350 leva or something like that. And I was totally in short of money. Getting a job, then getting sacked at that job because of the problems we had. And I was losing left, right, and center, like including the relationship with everybody that I knew, all my friends. My parents were in a bad situation. I was hurting people around me. I was hurting myself. Everything was going sideways. And I was committed to helping to looking after this girl and all that.
What made you give that promise to that? What compelled you?
Stupidity, man. Stupidity. Because
Yeah.
I was
Pride,
naive.
maybe?
I was naive and stupid
yeah.
and prideful, maybe, and I just gave that promise right away from the start that I will not leave them in a bad situation if we split up. And like one day after, I had a conversation with my mom, and she's telling me, just be careful and don't give promises that you can't keep. And I'm thinking in my head,
Yes.
I already did.
Oops. Mom, you should have told me that earlier.
That's
Thank you,
funny.
anyways.
That's what happened. Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Yes.
So you mentioned a lot of things that we can unpack.
There's a lot.
So how old were you when you left Bulgaria to go to the UK?
I suppose.
And sorry, before that, why the UK? Did you have people you knew or?
The only option that came up to work in a car wash,
Oh, wow.
right? And I was supposed to have a place to live and make some money, but I didn't. Yeah. I was really fucked up right from the start.
And it was an empty promise, I guess. When you get there,
Yes,
the place to sleep was literally, you said, like a garage.
No, the place was alright. It was a house, but then you had to pay the rent and you had to work in his car wash. But the car wash was facing bankruptcy. No clients at all. And then you're owning him money, but he's supposed to provide you the job, but the job's not giving you any money.
Was it a Bulgarian that you knew from back home, or was it?
I didn't know him, but they connected me with him.
Okay.
So it was fucked up. And then I moved to another car wash. It was worse in a way, but I was making more money. They were treating people like slaves. Long story. Very, very long story. So many things happened to me. But yeah, I left there for survival, and I had 10 euros only because all the money we could find was 500 euro that my mom found somehow, somewhere. She really did. And I don't even know where she got the money from. She probably asked a friend or something. And she gives me that 500. I bought a ticket. I gave the remaining to my girlfriend to pay for food and stuff. So they have
The girlfriend that you were providing for the son
for
at the time.
daughter. Right?
Daughter. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And 10 euros I kept in my pocket so I can go there. And I had a bag with old clothes,
Yeah.
cheap suitcase that
Yeah.
fell
Wow.
off. And it was as ugly story as it can get.
Were you able to how were you able to continue your studies? When did you stop your schooling?
I stopped before I even had the relationship.
What grade were you when you stopped school?
For like university, I entered university first
So you
year.
finished high school, you go to
Yeah, I went to university and
in Bulgaria.
yeah,
Okay.
I quickly. It took me a few months. By the end of the year, I realized they asked me to study way too much. I'm not good at studying, and they asked me to study things that I'm not interested in at all.
And that don't matter.
And there was
yes.
like huge books, and I knew if I actually put my mind to go through all this studying, they will change me and they will make me into them. I saw it.
Yes, man.
And
yes.
you know who they were? They were broke.
That's the thing with especially business college university. I don't know about Bulgaria, but in Canada they make what $60,000-$70,000 a year.
And I'm like, you want me to become like you? What the fuck? I'm gonna go chase my dreams.
Yeah.
No.
I want to
And
make
I quit.
70,000 in a month, not in a year.
So I just one day I said, And I'm making a decision. And I went home to my parents and I said to them, look, I made a decision. You're not going to like it, but there's nothing you can do about it. So I'm just going to tell you now. And they were like, they knew there's nothing they can do about it because they know me already. I said, I'm quitting that shit. It's not me.
Did you have any people that you knew, whether from family or friends, that were already successful in business that could inspire you, maybe even mentor
It's
you?
my brother. My brother is,
Okay.
he's amazing. We used to fight a lot. I used to work for him. He used to grind and achieve a lot. He's very hardworking, very smart, old school guy who
Is he
is
older than you or
12
younger?
years older than me. We never
Okay.
lived together. He's from my mother's previous marriage, but he's always been there as an inspiration. Everybody else was broke, and I had this brother who is doing some crazy shit. I'm not close to him, but I know him. He's there. He had restaurants, he had pawn shops, and they did things, man, and that made me want it too.
Mm,
Now I'm at the place where I want way more than that.
sure.
But if it wasn't him, maybe I wouldn't have believed that I could. Because there were so many people who tell me in the face and making jokes at me and telling me that you can't have it, you can't have what you want,
What do you
you
think you
can't
are?
achieve it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes, I have heard that straight in the face, not once. And every time I was getting angry
sure.
because I knew I can. I said, motherfuckers, I can't. Sorry for the casting too much here
No, no, no.
on the
Listen, I want you
podcast.
to speak from the heart.
Yeah,
Listen, and my audience wants to know you in the most authentic, genuine way. So don't filter yourself, don't censor yourself.
good. You're getting it.
Yeah, exactly. This is why it's called Leaders with a Heart, because the best way to speak is from the heart. That's where you can really speak your raw truth,
Yeah.
and that's when people can relate with you, or identify with you, resonate with you, and connect with you. So please don't feel no. You don't need to self censor. Wow, how long did you? Sorry, how long did you stay in the UK?
10 years.
Oh wow.
So exactly. I went to UK 14th of September 2014 and left on the 7th of July 2024. So
Hopefully in a much better situation.
obviously,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So tell us. So there's a saying that says, "Change your story, change your life." And by so I mean what we tell ourselves in our head all day long. So when you, Peter, were at your lowest, about to give up, sleeping in a place in a garage, looking the street for even £1, which is $1.30, how did you change your story internally to change your reality externally? Walk us through that.
it
From
was
going
one.
from the hole to not to success yet, but to get yourself out of the water, so to speak.
There's a simple shift in the mindset that is so hard to achieve that happened. Because going through the garage, that I lived in that garage for 18 months.
Oh wow.
After that, I lived in a basement, a laundry shop. All this time I was alone. The loneliness was insane. I
Mm,
wanted to kill myself so many times.
wow.
I was driving a car, going back in the garage and crying on the road, crying at home, crying every day. The only reasons that I kept going and didn't stop things then was because I didn't want to see my mom on my grave. I was imagining that thing and I was like, I can't do that to them. I will die
Mm,
trying, but I'm not gonna
yeah,
do
yeah.
that to them. Right. And that stopped me from really ending things for myself because there
Wow.
was absolutely no hope. And that goes on for
You were that
years.
close to really end your life.
Yes.
Wow.
And that goes for years, man. That goes for years. And you're in that tunnel in which the light becomes smaller and smaller. It's disappearing.
Yes.
And you keep going. And it's like years. You only know what this is if you actually go through something like this.
Mhm.
And then because I had these reasons to continue, I continued. And at some point, I found myself on the other side and I actually achieved so much.
Mm,
I helped this woman so much in so many ways. I practically, if it wasn't me, she wouldn't be with her daughter. She had a dental disease as well. She would have lost her teeth and stuff like that. I fixed everything. I made so much things that nobody believed it possible. All that happened because I was relentless every single day, because I just had only one option. I either succeed at the end or die, and I wouldn't be able to live with myself quitting on that shit. So I was just having that one option to work as hell, and I worked as hell. I was promoted as a manager in the biggest subway 3 months after, in the biggest in the country, in the newest and the best subway. 3 months after I
By
was
Subway,
hired,
do you mean the fast food chain
the
or
fast food chain.
oh
Yeah,
wow, okay.
3 months after I was hired, I was even better speaking English, but I was working so relentlessly hard that the owner just couldn't resist but actually promote me and keep me. A year and a half later, I joined Amazon as a driver. 3 months later, they put me as a supervisor before the guys who've been waiting 5 years for that job. Again, for the same reason. I just did not give a fuck. I was working 12-hour shifts and then taking the shifts from the packages from the other guys to help them, and working like
Over
I
time,
was
huh?
the highest paid driver in the whole country in the company.
Wow.
I was insanely working hard and really dedicated to my craft. And I made it through. It's just because I had the reason to go through all the way. I didn't know how, I had no belief it's going to happen. I didn't know what's going to happen. But when you go through this and when you find yourself on the other side, there's absolutely nothing that can stop you. And I exited the relationship. 15 seconds later, I was filled with excitement. I did all that shit. And now I'm going to do it for myself, not for three,
Mm.
4 years. I'm going to do it for the rest of my life. And there's absolutely nothing can stop me. And that shift, man, believing in yourself, learning how to push hard, learning how to work and perform high on a bad day, on a good day, learning how to keep up the standards very high every single day. That shift is what's changed so much.
Do you think you would have this energy, this obsession, this relentlessness if you hadn't gone through all the crap you
No
went through?
chance, not a chance,
Yeah.
not even close. Absolutely impossible. And I know it when I walk on the streets, and that gives me such a supreme confidence. Yeah.
Once you've overcome that, nothing can phase you anymore.
Nothing can phase me.
Yeah.
And then God saved me. And that's like doubled everything, tripled my ability to be whatever I want and to have it.
I've
So
heard the
it's
same and I've seen the
insane.
same from not only the over 400 amazing guests I've had on my podcast for the last 5 years, people that overcame incredible, tragic things, people that have lost it all, went to jail, people that survived terminal disease like stage 4 cancer, people that survived life altering accidents, becoming paraplegic for the rest of their lives. All of these wonderful men and women telling me, hey,
Is what made them.
this was the greatest gift. When, if you're not that the greatest gift that happened to them in their life, if you're not awakened and say, what are you smoking? Or you lost your mind, going to jail, getting cancer, or becoming paraplegic, for most people, it's basically a death sentence. They just wait and life is finished for them. But for these people, it was the start of a real journey, real purpose to find a purpose, the reason of being here.
I like that.
Would you feel for you, Peter, going through all of that, all the crap that you went through? Those were beautiful gifts.
Most beautiful.
Yeah, because again, one thing that I realized, I've been through similar things as you. I was depressed, broke, lost, suicidal, depressed for a good part of almost a decade. But that's another story, another way, another day. One thing I learned is nothing happens to you, but for you. Yes, life is a school. We go through painful, tragic, heartbreaking challenges. First, for us to overcome them so we can become better, wiser, and hopefully more better equipped for the future. But also, ultimately, us becoming better is only 5% of what we are here for, at least from my understanding. The 95% is taking those gifts and then sharing them with, first, embrace them loud and proud, and then sharing them even loud and prouder with other people that are going to. Because one thing I learned is the people that, especially if you're a coach, a guide, a mentor, a big brother, big sister, or my favorite word, an activator, when someone is looking to invest a few $1,000s, pounds, or euros, they're not looking for a disconnected billionaire. What they're looking for is someone who's 1, 2, 3, 4 steps ahead of them, someone that successfully walked in the shoes and overcame what they went through because they understand that that's what people want. And you going through what you went, the best people that you can help, the best people I can help is the people that are currently going through what I and you just successfully overcame just a few steps ago. Me understanding that was when it really made sense that, oh, wow, these are actually, and then I started to really understand why what these amazing men and women were telling me that getting cancer, getting, going to jail and getting a life out, becoming literally paraplegic, glued to a wheelchair, or God forbid, even on a bed for the rest of their lives, was the greatest gift of their life.
Yeah.
That's what it made me really, wow, mind blown.
But you know what? It becomes the gift when you start serving, right?
That's it. And this is what I always say: your gift, your story, are not meant for you. That's the last thing that we can be greedy with. These are meant for us to share them, not with the world. My message, your message, is not meant for the world, but is meant for your world. My message is meant for my world, meaning the version of me is just a few steps behind me. Your gift is meant for the version of you that just a few steps before you. For those people, those gifts is literally life changing. Just like you, I have a lot of my clients telling me, wow, this has been life saving, life altering. So would you agree that when you look at all the crap, all the heartbreaking, very difficult challenge that you went through, they were the, and you mentioned it earlier, they were the greatest gifts of your life. That's basically your gift. One of my favorite saying is, your crap is your gold, or your mess is your message. So when you look at your life, especially the most painful, heartbreaking, challenging chapters of your life, those are the most beautiful, actually, parts of your life.
Beautiful in a
Beautiful,
art
not
art sense of
yeah,
thought,
yeah,
you know,
not in
how they
a
made me how
literal
they
way, but
yes,
and making
yes.
become who we are.
100%. I saw a quote, it was yesterday, something down the line of God lets you go through hell and pulls you out so you can then go back and pull others too.
Please say it again. I love that.
God lets you go to hell so you can go back and pull other people.
Oh, I love that. That's quote worthy. Thank you.
Yes, and this is powerful. And going through the struggles, it gives you gifts for you and for others. It's not just for others. It gives you for you too, because it gives you peace. It gives you confidence, and gives you knowing that you can handle this. This is something, man. This is something. You're not scared of your shadows anymore.
You know, just like you, I've been through incredible financial challenges. Back in 2019, I was living in Hong Kong, trying to build a business, didn't work out. I literally ran out of money. If it wasn't my friend Lucian, the guy in Hong Kong, he allowed me to stay at, he's running a multi-million-dollar Airbnb business. He manages 150 properties in Hong Kong. Very smart guy. He allowed me to stay at one of his properties for 13 months for free. Family would not do that for you.
Yeah.
I was living on $20 a week in Hong Kong. Hong Kong is, you know it, probably you've been there, one of the most expensive places in the world. Actually, I saw a video last week that Hong Kong is actually the most expensive city in the world.
Crazy.
I was living on $20 a week. Even something like this would be $10, $12. A basic cheeseburger combo in McDonald's, which is the cheapest item on the menu, is $12. If it wasn't for him, I would have been on the street. So again, in your life, you will have angels that will fall out of the sky. For me, Lucian is an angel. For him, and I told him many times, I was his best man on his wedding in July in Bali. I told him, listen, I would freaking take a bullet for you. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
So you, Peter, tell us about one such angel that was so instrumental in your life. It can be family, it can be a complete stranger. For me, Lucian is a complete stranger. I didn't know him before. I met him at an event. We got close, we became friends, and he literally saved my life.
There's nobody that can go close to that. I know that people wanted to help me, wanted to support me, but they were never able to do it to that extent. My parents always gave 100% of themselves. And if I have to point to somebody, it's going to be them.
But does it have to be something as big? I believe that it can even be someone just planting a seed. You mentioned that
These things,
that
yeah.
relative earlier in your life that said you can become anything.
These things are actually, yes. And I see God in that. I see him as a person. I see his character. I see who he is for me as a father, as a leader, as a king, as a Lord, as a creator, as a savior, protector. He is the one. I can't just point to a single person. Even when I see him in everything. When I see people doing things, I can see him too in them. And that's why it's very hard for me to say that person was that. In reality, it was only God there. Really.
How instrumental has been you reconnecting with your faith been in your life?
Mm. Everything. They changed me. They changed everything. It's good to measure. I was given a new life, man. I was given a totally new life. Kind of the opposite of what I had before. And yeah, I couldn't even return it. It's like this, go live it.
You mentioned something earlier at the start of this conversation. You said that your faith has been providing you with supreme peace.
Oh yeah.
And peace is ultimate foundation, especially as a man, especially after a certain age. Once you pass your 20s, you want something, most men will want something that is more built on peace.
Yeah, that's one of the gifts of the Spirit when you receive it.
Wow.
The first month after being saved, I was also crying every single day for a whole month. Like I walk on the street and I burst into tears and I can't stop it. Sometimes I'm driving my car. I was driving a Uber in London and I burst into tears and I have to pull over because I'm gonna crash. I can't drive and cry like that. You know what? I was crying because I was grateful.
Hallelujah.
I was so grateful. Never in my life I ever felt peace like that. Ever
Oh,
before.
yes.
Not even close. And I didn't know the feeling. And suddenly somebody just gave it to me supernaturally. I can't get rid of it. It's insane.
You mentioned paying it back. From my humble understanding, the best way to give back, is to pay it forward. Giving help to someone that, just like I said, that's just a few steps behind you.
Yeah. And that's what God wants us to do. One of the greatest commandments is love your brother as yourself. And it goes beyond that when Jesus comes, like, love your brother the way I loved you. And Jesus gave his life for us.
Yeah.
So he did it for us. I'm saved because he died for me. So
Yes.
have it, man. Have my life.
And it's not about when we talk about helping, it's not necessarily about money. It can be just a smile, just a hello.
It's not about money at all.
It can be
Like,
someone
rarely
that
about
you
money.
just planting a seed in them.
Just
Hey,
be
you can
kind.
do it.
Just
I believe
believe
in
it.
you.
Yes, that's it.
Or next time you go to a store, treat the cashier as a human being.
Exactly. And that's how, going back to the question about when the importance of money faded for me, that's how it fades. You see, these things are more important than money. Way more important. We're
Yeah.
here in Vietnam. So many poor people. None of them is sad. They're supportive, they love each other, they're caring. You can see them mixed up on the same table, poor and rich. You don't even know
And the
who is who.
kindness. Yeah.
They're all kind and they're all good and and this is so beautiful.
It's touching. Yeah.
It's insane, and it shows you what it can be if people see that money is just money.
Money is energy.
If they learn to love and respect each
Yeah.
other regardless. Oh man.
Yeah. Money is energy. Wow. Amazing. Now let's talk about your business. So you're if I understand, a fitness coach. How did you get there?
Oh, yes. I got there because after failing all the businesses, and when we stopped the business with Yavor, that was already at the age of 28. And I had to figure out what to do with my life without making any more mistakes because I was suicidal, I was depressed, and I couldn't imagine myself being so unsuccessful as back then at the age of 30 and beyond. So spent 6 months searching the world and thinking what is the formula. I was trying to figure out a formula, and through genuine research in the most successful people around the world, and I was looking at those who made it with what I also feel like I had in my hands. Like I had the grind, the hard work. I didn't have some talent. I didn't have anything. I didn't have parents to help me. So I saw the people who got there very hard and stayed on top. And what do they have in common? And they all had two things in common, and that's without exception. Everybody had these two things, and I did not have these two things. And that's how it started. Those two things were they love what they do and they never give up. I gave up. I stopped the business with Yavo. So it wasn't actually, it
What made
wasn't,
you give up? Was it because you lost interest, or was it because you get
I was
distracted by
dead.
other shiny object?
Yavo quit and I couldn't keep up.
What was the business?
Amazon FBA and some other stuff.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And I couldn't keep up on my own. It wasn't my thing, and had to stop. So I took responsibility for that anyway. I said, if I start something, I want to make sure if somebody quits, I can actually continue, right? And I said, I'm going to be on my own. And then the question was, what can I do that I can love? And there was absolutely nothing that I loved. But during the years of living in the garage, I used to train a lot in the gym. In Amazon, I used to train some MMA too, and because I need to take shower, so there's no shower in the garage. And
The gym, yeah.
the gym, and that thing always paid off by making me feel better at the end of the day. It gives me strength, although I did not like going to the gym. But I said I can maybe commit to that and never quit again. And I committed to this. It was calisthenics, the sport
Oh,
that
yeah.
really got me into it because I just love that particular sport. And I said, I'm going to do this for the rest of my life and I'm not going to change. And I will find a way to make money with it. And I had no idea how. At first, I thought I'll be selling products because I'm coming from the e-commerce. So like,
Supplements and gym
yeah, I was thinking
equipments.
I'll do
Yeah.
something like that. But then that's already a few months before God saved me, and I feel like that's He just put me right on this path, and a lot of blessings happened. I started some huge communities during Clubhouse for health and fitness professionals. The story is long how I developed and the blessings that I received, but the information and the knowledge that I was given to me in the way that it was given to me, it was unique to the case, and I don't think anyone in the world, besides one or two other guys who are also in the same circle, actually got to experience. I was blessed with knowledge and friendships and connections from people around the world, experts in the industry, veterans, in the short amount of 6 months, as much as somebody would gain after, let's say, 15 years of studying and practicing the craft. I got so much out of it. And that really started building me up as somebody who is expert, true expert, as true knowledge, knows what he's talking about, confident in what he's saying, can defend himself. And I had to defend my knowledge and stand out as somebody who knows what he's doing in front of very tough audience. And I was barely even speaking the language comfortably and so on. And that journey, that the blessings that I got after I made this decision to never quit again, it's turned out to be a job of service. I started getting certified. I realized I want to help people really solve their problem. I wasn't somebody who was super consistent with training. I always had struggles in my life and I had to change myself. And I saw how hard it is to change. I saw that just a diet plan doesn't work. I saw that just a training plan doesn't work. I saw that I needed somebody to kick my ass. I needed somebody to really change, help me transform. And that was very, very hard. And I recognized how these plans hold out there. They can't help anybody. Nothing on the internet that is free right now, unfortunately, can help anybody who is not able to help himself. It's impossible. So what can I do to these people to actually help them? And I was like thinking, I have to go to their house. I have to travel. I have to spend time with them. I have to really push them. I have to call them. And I have to really do that thing. I didn't even know that coaching exists. I didn't know the word coaching. And I saw that this is what needs to be done for these people to succeed. The first clients that I got, it was like that. I will come to you. I will do this. And I was traveling to their house, 30 miles away with my car
And
twice a
charging per
week.
hour. Yeah, yeah.
Charging them for the package, but I was like, the price was way lower. But I was doing all this work because that's what was needed. And then we realized it's called coaching later, and I became a coach.
Do you remember what were you charging for the first client?
Yeah. No, actually, close to. Probably charge him like. I remember the second one was £1,500 for 3 months,
Okay.
but I was traveling twice a week with my car from 30 or 50 miles away from London to Hampstead from Leighton. It's a long distance and it's well underpaid.
Yeah.
Together with all other stuff, online apps and stuff like that. The first one was even cheaper, but it wasn't the money. I had to help these people,
Yeah.
and they helped me build the concept with them, right? And I started building up something, and it became beautiful because it actually worked. All the knowledge, all the experience, my passion, my compassion, my empathy, everything that I got because of the life I had helped me put myself in their shoes in a way that they also see it and feel it. And they wanted to understand, they wanted to follow, they wanted to change. And we became friends for life. We still are. One of them still works with me. He's my
Wow.
best client. He's,
Beautiful.
yes, it's how it started, man.
What has been for you? I'm not talking about the money. The greatest gift of you working with your clients. For me, has been the transformation
Mm.
and the beautiful friendships you build in the process. The money is icing on the cake.
Yeah, same
It's
for
a
me.
byproduct of you achieving that. When I get a client, they don't become just a line on a spreadsheet. We actually become friends.
Same
We
for me.
meet in person around the world. So whenever I travel, I post on Facebook, hey, who's in this place? And people are there. We actually meet.
Yes, 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 yes.
So what has been for you the greatest blessings? And
And
again, it's not about the money
yeah,
or the freedom that your business bless you with.
it is exactly the same direction. I have amazing friends. Some of them are my mentors because my clients are also my community
Mm,
that I built off my clients. They are, in general, either business owners, some sort of executives, some
yeah,
sort
yeah.
of people who have done things in life and they faced the point when they just can't handle everything and they can't transform and they prefer paying somebody to help them get out of the situation. And we actually become friends, same as you. And that friendship and that support of them, having strong friends who inspire you, who can push you and help you forward, it's very instrumental in life. It helps you, and it's your circle. You become what your circle is, and my circle is way bigger than me. I'm very blessed to say that. Very, very blessed to say that.
Beautiful.
Like 80% of the people around my close circle are way more successful than me.
You know, there's a saying that says if you're in a room where you're the smartest guy, you're in the wrong room.
You're in the wrong room.
You want to be in a place where you're the least successful person so you can really soak up the energy.
And that happened to me, man. That's such a blessing. How it's hard to put yourself in that situation. It's
You
like they
know,
say it like you go just do it, but it actually took decades of struggle and fighting on your own to get
for
to
me,
that
it was
place.
basically the biggest challenge was this, my stupid ego.
Oh yes.
I want to be the guy that everybody listens to. No,
No,
you want to be the one listening to others.
absolutely.
That's why God gave us 2 ears because we need to listen twice as much
One mouth.
than yap, 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 yap.
So true. So true. Yeah.
And the saying, you're the average of the 5 people you spend most time with. If the people you hang out most are like broke, fat, and lazy, guess what? You'll be the sixth one.
Uh-huh.
If they're fit, successful, and driven, guess what? You'll be the sixth one because you realize, hey, these are not different, much different than me. They have 2 ears, one mouth, two legs, two hands, one brain. We all have 24 hours. That's how we use those 24 hours.
Yeah.
Wow. Beautiful. Share with us, you mentioned that some of your clients have been really grateful for you because you literally saved their lives. Share with us an example of the most transformational impact you've had in one of your clients' lives and business.
There's many different,
Just give us one.
and all of them have been extremely transformational for that individual, but they're different in context. Some of them come from a place where they are before stroke, facing stroke, and I tell them to quit their job stop taking some of the medicine, start training, start eating better. They inspire, they start doing it. They avoid maybe death, they avoid that stroke. Some of them are extremely overweight, extremely unhealthy, diabetic, and so many other problems. They're barely able to get off the chair and maintain a simple set of 10 bodyweight squats. Somebody like that is gonna die very shortly, and he turns himself totally around and becomes the leader. My first client was having a belly like a globe. It was like a
Like
globe.
a 9 months pregnant.
And all his friends were making fun of him. He was in that circle. That circle knew he's just how he is. And they put him in that frame, and they always never supported him. And that circle was the same. They weren't fit. They never believed in him. And then I got into the circle. I knew him in person. I walked with them. And I told in front of everybody, just watch it. Just watch it, because what's gonna happen, he's gonna be better than all of you. And then he did. He he's diabetic, but he managed to pull it off. He's fit, nice and
Wow.
fit. 2 years later, he was climbing Kilimanjaro. He's the leader in the group. He is now doing fitness challenges and stuff like that, events, climbing stairs, running, tough mudders. He's
Wow.
keeping active. He's training a lot, and he's now the guy leading everybody else. And that happens across the board all the time.
That
It's
is
crazy.
literally not only life saving, but family saving.
I was telling you, it spreads like a ripple effect. Yes, you change one person and he changes his family and everybody else after.
Imagine the consequence of someone dying prematurely because of bad healthy choices. How it's going to impact the spouse, the children,
Honestly.
the relatives, the parents. It's
And,
mind boggling.
and you come in
Yeah.
and suddenly it's all good. So
This is your way, literally, of repaying back.
Yeah.
Giving back to others.
And that's a gift for me. It's
Yes.
the best thing. I
Yes.
can do what I love. I can do this for myself, you know what I'm
Yes.
saying? But I'm actually doing it for them. It's like crazy.
This is why what we do, transformational coaching, is literally saving lives and saving families.
Yeah.
Wow. Tell us more about your business. What is it exactly that you do in your business?
Business is online coaching, which requires me to stay in touch with my clients one-to-one a lot and be their friend, be there anytime they text me or call me. I can actually be able to, answer as long as it's in working hours and sensible hours. And I have these softwares in which they have an app, and I have my backend through which I give them all the work that is highly personalized for them, like the training plans, the habits, the diets, which we review and discuss on frequent weekly basis. I monitor their progress weekly basis, and I give them the plan and strategies that will work for them individually, which we agree on mutually, and we start working on them. I keep them accountable, and I also put them in a community. In the community, we have frequent meetings. We have yearly retreats. Three
Wow.
times we've been to Bulgaria already, and this year, actually, next year, we're planning to come back here in Vietnam,
Oh,
which
wow.
will be
Amazing.
super exciting, and they're all like looking forward to it.
Wow.
We also have a business mastermind because it's all business people, and at some point we became we saw that everybody's interested in talking about business, and we have very successful people in different spheres, niches. So we mix it up, and yeah, that's my business. I'm helping all these people. I'm the leader there, but they're also leaders of their own, and they inspire each other, they push each other, and I'm there to answer questions, educate, and lead by example. Yeah, and
Wow.
get results.
Yeah. At the end of it, it's all about not just result, but transformation.
Yeah, they lose weight, they get fitter, they get stronger. For me, always as somebody who is a little bit more mature and wiser, I see the transformation inside them more.
It's here. Starts here.
Yeah. For anybody who is beginner, they will want to lose weight, get a six pack, get in super shape. That happens. That for me is the easy part. But when we change the person from the inside, it's what makes it all worthwhile. And they recognize it once it's actually done. They're like, yeah.
It's like the person you mentioned going from having a globe here to leading expedition in Mount Kilimanjaro.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is goosebumps. Seriously, goosebump inducing. Well done, well done, well done.
Yeah.
How are you getting your clients?
I get them through a lot of referral,
Okay, yeah.
primarily from referral, to be honest. Worked a lot through social media. LinkedIn was a big lead generation
Yes.
platform for me before they changed some of the rules. Now it's dying off. It's a bit of a hustle. So I'm just going there every now and then, and every now and then getting some clients from them still. And now started my YouTube channel.
Oh,
And
cool.
I guess we can share the links if
Yes,
anybody
absolutely.
wants to explore it. I've created a free course for anyone who wants to transform on their own through my knowledge with
Yeah.
my guidance, which is very unique, and I can guarantee you there's nothing else like that because
Sure.
it's all come from my experience, my knowledge. It's not by copying somebody or reading just books, although I've read many. So there's a course that everybody can watch for free. There's a YouTube channel that you can watch and you can learn. And eventually, people coming through my YouTube channel, they can also sign up, apply for coaching, and we get on a call, we interview each other, we see if we're a good fit, and we can work together.
What's your YouTube
Very
channel?
straightforward process. Peter Fitness, Peter underscore fitness, Peter with an A, as written on your title, I suppose. And yeah,
Cool, cool, cool. So you said you have your own podcast YouTube channel. Imagine that a year from now, you have a very successful podcast YouTube channel and you're interviewing, let's say today in a year, the most special person in your life, and that is yourself. What's the first question you're going to ask yourself, Peter?
what is stopping you right now from achieving what you want?
And what's your answer?
Absolutely nothing.
Love that, love that, love that. The last question that I ask all my guests, and that's my favorite question to ask, and this is what is the smallest thing you've done that has had the greatest, most profound, positive impact in both your life and your business? For example, for me, it's been starting my podcast. What about you, Peter?
The smallest and the greatest.
The one thing that you've done that has had the biggest impact,
Man,
positive impact. That without this, none of that would happen. For example, for me, without a podcast, I would have not been in a position I am now. Maybe I wouldn't even be here physically because I would have probably ended my life.
during COVID,
Yeah,
when everybody was panicking,
yeah,
I was looking for new opportunities, more time.
yeah, yeah,
What
yeah.
can we do? And this social media app came out, Clubhouse.
Yes,
You
remember
know
that.
it?
Yeah,
Man, that was insane. I posted a story on my Facebook. Can somebody invite me to Clubhouse because it was invite only? And and one of my friends sent me the invite, and I joined Clubhouse. And I think that's when it started. What happened to me in this app was absolutely life changing. The people I met and the chance I got to speak on stage and the adrenaline and sharing my story was both on professional and on a personal level, healing and so much growing that can't be explained. It was fast, fast track personal growth. And probably after a month being inside, I had a conversation with one billionaire, the only billionaire in the app. We were chatting like friends. We cried together in the room. It was beautiful, and I told him that I didn't feel welcomed in the only big health and fitness professionals room that existed on Clubhouse. But I also knew that I had more heart than the guys leading it. They were just there 20 years in the job and they're still personal trainers. And I'm like thinking, buddy, I'm coming here with a real hustle and you're staying in the same job for 20 years.
changing
You know
lives,
more
not
than they
just
treat me with a little bit more respect, but I didn't get that. They had the knowledge. I fair play to them, but
sure.
I had the heart.
Yeah,
And this guy told me, start your own room, man.
that's it.
And I was like, a billionaire giving me advice? I'll take it. And I
Wow.
applied.
Are you still in touch with him?
I was his son. We follow each other, but I'm not that in touch with him. Guy's way too big and busy for
Sure.
me, for my level, but I remember him. Probably he does too. And Paulo Coelho or something like that.
Paulo Coelho, the Brazilian author?
And no, it's Pau something. Maybe it's not the author.
Where is he from?
He's one of the guys who helped Jake Paul and his brother to actually became famous. He's from somewhere in the US.
Okay.
Uh, let's leave it there.
You know what you can do? You can maybe invite his son on your podcast.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Let's leave this there.
Yeah.
So yeah, they gave me that, and that my room became the second biggest, and I believe with the highest integrity room for
Wow.
health and fitness professionals. And I had big dogs in there.
Yeah, that's
A
huge.
lot of them are my friends now. We've met in person, and you you put in the right place, man.
You know, it's one thing that opportunity presents itself, but you have to actually
You have to take it, man. It took
take
some
it
guts.
and run with it. Yes,
I'm telling you, it
yes.
took some guts to run this show, man.
Huge guts and huge cojones, as we say, you know?
Huge. I was sweating every day, and I was every single day for 3 hours at start.
Holy wow.
First rooms, a couple of ladies coming, one or two, and just that. Then people started coming slowly, and then it started filling up, and I had the responsibilities, and I was like
Sure.
positioned as the
Expert.
host and moderator of a health and fitness professionals room full of black belts, world champions, gold medalists, Mr. Olympias, coaches of
Wow.
athletes, and I'm the guy leading the show. I barely joined the industry.
Are you still in touch with those guys?
Many of them are my friends now.
Invite them on your podcast.
Yeah, they've been. One of my good mentors and a friend, Gene Hammond, is one of the best coach I know. He's strength and conditioning coach for the British Army, been doing that for maybe 15 years, training thousands of athletes at the same time, having a beautiful family, still in the military full time. It's amazing human being. And I have many others like that.
Amazing. You should definitely have them on podcast, but also if I can plant the seed, I've done over 420 episodes on my podcast. Now more select as do I bring on my podcast. I want to bring people because we all have inspiring stories. I want people with truly goosebump inducing stories. So if any of those you feel would be a good fit, I would be honored to have them on my podcast.
Okay, I will.
Do no pressure,
research.
but just planting the seed,
Yes, we'll be friends with you for sure. Because
absolutely, yeah.
Not just because of the invite on this podcast, but I think we just already are friends. And
thank you.
How things went.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
So
listen, Peter, absolute honor, pleasure. First of all, to getting to know you over the last few days. And yes, we're going to be friends for a long time, for life. And if someone wants to connect with you, what's the best way to do so?
If it's professional,
yes,
for a podcast. You want to be professionally connected with me, you'll share the link for my website. Right?
Mention your website and I'll put it in the show notes.
It's simple. Type in pk.coach. Weird.
That's a beautiful, easy name. Wow, pk.coach.
Yes.
C-O-C-H. Okay?
Yeah, pk.coach. It takes there. You can message me there on WhatsApp. You can apply for coaching. You can watch the course and everything. We'll also share the YouTube channel where you can.
What is again YouTube channel?
Peter_fitness.
How do you spell Peter?
Petar.
Yes.
_fitness. You can subscribe to that and learn a lot from expert opinion, not just clickbait videos.
Yeah.
And also, if you want to touch in a personal or some other way, you can always find me on social medias. Peter Krastev, there you find me by name. Easy to find me.
Cool. We'll put all of that in the show notes. Listen, Peter, I salute you. You're a true leader with a heart. Keep shining your light. Keep blessing the world. Your presence, your impact, everything you do, your transformation you bring to the lives of your coaches, your clients, your students. Stay safe, stay awesome. God bless you. We'll definitely get to have you again on the podcast. Thank you, my friend.
And you continue doing
For
the
sure.
same great.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See ya.